I can tell you something about my poster, which is a summary of my master's thesis that I've completed in May of this year. And I did a systematic literature review focusing on the topic of website classification or web page classification. And it's a web page classification or automated web page classification is a very big topic. So we need to look into different aspects to figure out the different specifics in the methodology, in the methods, and so what I first looked at was looking into the different aspects of a web page. So there's one thing where you can look into the subject categories of a web page, which would be a very broad topic. And so I decided to look into the other domain, which is genre classification. We know genre mostly from movies and books, but there's also web page genres. And I looked into the different aspects that go into automated web page classification or web genre classification. So I looked at the common aspects, which are first the data sets used to classify genres, then the output and input features that are used and generated in the classification, then which pre-processing methods are used, and which algorithms and hyperturning methods. So this is mostly supervised classification. That's the filter that I put on this literature review to limit the huge amount, because I didn't put a limit on the publishing date. And lastly, I looked into validation strategies, evaluation methods. So how do you make sure, or how do you compare different algorithms on how well they perform, and the overall performance of all these methods, and the strengths and weaknesses of them. And what I found was basically the most important thing is that the two most used data sets were from 2004 and 6, I think. So I didn't put a filter on the publication year, but yeah, you can see it's like almost 20 years from the first data set and a little bit less for the second one. And both of these data sets have 7 or 8 web genres respectively, with under 1,500 web pages. So it's a very, very limited data set that is used for the web genre classification. And based on that, what I found is that even though the classifiers perform very well, especially in later years, so in the 2010s and 20s, there's very high performing methods, applications, but there is no, how do I say it? There is no updating the data sets that are used. So the understanding of web genre is basically the same one we had in 2006, which is limited to having news websites or forums, while when we look at the web that is that we have today is mostly a very dynamically generated one. On a web page, we don't have just one genre, but there are a lot of different ones. So my main takeaway from this work was to realize that the definition of genre and the application on web pages needs to be updated, and to look into this topic more, because all the methods applied to automated web page or web genre classifications use data sets that are not the current state of the web and haven't been for a long while. Thank you.